I remember when I first learned about the concept of a setup, nigga. Bro, I don't care how bad you were, you couldn't get me out that house. I promise you, man. Her head looked like a mighty bean. You've ever seen one of those? Let me show you something.
Racist against rappers, they all look the same to him. They used to beg him not to egg him on Halloween. He told him holler back with the suede Pumas, dollar green. Nah, I mean, heat it up till the temperature tarball. Y'all just gawk like gargoyle.
Yo, welcome to the Kenzino channel, baby. Yes, sir. And we're back with some BlackySpeakz, the female demon setup queen, Alicia Andrews. I've never heard that name before, but the female demon setup queen? Like, what are we talking about? What do you mean? I remember when I first learned about the concept of a setup, nigga. You could not, bro, I don't care how bad you were, you couldn't get me out that house. I promise you, man, when I was wilding out in my college days, mind you, I only went to college for like a year, but when I was wilding out in college, bro, if I had known about the concept of a setup, nigga, ooh, I would have been a homebody, I swear to God. All right, let's get into it, man.
The following video is based on court testimony, public records, allegations presented by prosecutors, and publicly available reports surrounding the Foolio murder case. The defendant, Alicia Andrews, denied knowingly participating in any murder plot and was convicted of manslaughter, not first-degree murder or conspiracy.
Okay, so she's already convicted.
Recently, the murder case of Florida rapper Foolio has been heavily in the headlines, as the group who stalked, ambushed, and killed Julio Foolio were all sentenced to life in prison a few days ago.
El Bozos.
Among those names were Isaiah Chance, 23 years old, cousins Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy. Rashad, 32 years old, Davion, 29 years old.
32 years old and stalking a young nigga to murder him, bro? You are lame as hell. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry, bro. I understand the streets move differently, but at 32, bro, you need to settle down, my nigga. It's time to get out of the streets.
And then last but not least, Sean, good kid turned YN Gathright, 20 years old. All the defendants got sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
LOL.
However, there was another person involved in this entire situation. It was a woman. Her name was Alicia Andrews, but me personally, I like to call her the female demon setup queen.
Which is a mouthful.
On the surface, she sounds like a normal woman in her 20s who simply got caught up in something she should have never been involved in.
Andrews' attorneys recently sat down with Fox 13 to explain why they believe she's innocent.
She was here for a trip with her boyfriend. No, that's it, and that's...
Oh, okay, I get it. So they're saying that she either intentionally or unintentionally set up Foolio to getting murdered by these lame ass niggas. I remember whenever what's his face, whenever P&B Rock died, I remember niggas was talking about his girl probably like either intentionally or unintentionally set him up, bro. If it comes out that she was like posting where they were and shit, like they posted their location, yeah, I can see why she probably got convicted.
Oh, and found herself caught up in a mix of stuff that she was unaware about completely.
But there was a much darker side to Alicia Andrews.
Alicia Andrews is accused of helping stalk and track the rapper last year in what authorities called an ambush-style shooting.
And the true deviousness of Alicia's character would start getting exposed during the murder trial of rapper Julio Foolio.
Oh, shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm on trial for murder, I'm not finding anything funny. I don't care. I look, bro, because the jury literally watches your every move and they take everything you do in court into account too. It's so, yeah, no, bro. I'm straight faced the entire time, bro.
Alicia Andrews seated over there, along with her fellow co-defendants, her fellow
big ass forehead, Jesus,
co-conspirators, Rashad Murphy, Davion Murphy, Sean Gathright, and her boyfriend Isaiah Chance. That is
her boyfriend is one of the shooters.
The only reason they came down to Tampa was for that one specific purpose: to hunt and gun down Charles Jones.
Rashad Murphy, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, and Andrews are accused of making the trip from Jacksonville to Tampa to kill Jones in what investigators described as an ongoing gang war. They say she and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, acted as lookouts the night of the murder.
As prosecutors would begin laying out the role they said Alicia Andrews played behind the scenes. Alicia went into this entire situation thinking that her involvement would stay hidden. However, little did she know that her messages, the intent, the scheme would all...
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta say it, bro. I gotta say it. I gotta say it. Damn, how much? I didn't wait that long. Her head looked like a mighty bean. You've ever seen one of those? Let me show you something. Let me put y'all on game. This is about to carbon date me, but it don't matter. And yes, I have to type in Google, because then if I don't, it's gonna take me to Bing. Yeah. Yo. What was they selling us, bro? They was selling us any fucking thing back in the day, bro. I swear to God. Weebles wobble wobble, but they won't fall down.
The scheme would all eventually be exposed in court.
The exhibit where Alicia, at 17 years old, said,
What? City Girls made a remix of Throw Baby Girl. This shit sounds so dumb. What? Girl, I don't like Foolio, element ugly ass bitch. He need to die and shit. That was Will friend fuck the code shit. Bitch, he shot me and my friend died. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. Oh nah, nigga. Oh nah. What? Oh nah, bro.
says that Foolio needs to die.
Yeah, man. Yeah, she was flash fried. You could have just showed that one message and it would have been raps.
What do we see now?
Defendant Alicia Andrews walking out.
What's she carrying?
Bags.
At 17 years old, Alicia Andrews was shown in court texting that Foolio needed to die. Prosecutors later used that message to argue she already held deep hostility toward Foolio years before the murder. However, the defense argued that
How are you wishing niggas to die when you're fucking 17? That's insane.
the message
You need to go finish school or something. Shit.
just were old, and it was just gossip between teenagers in Jacksonville who were watching the whole drill scene spiral out of control.
I don't know, bro. I've never, because I used to be a little bit of a gossip whore back when I was a little bit younger. You know what I'm saying? I never ever said, shit, he need to die. I think that's OD. That's crazy.
Not evidence of
That's
an actual
OD.
murder plot. Now, this is Isaiah Chance, a documented ATK gang member, widely known by the street name Gutazay, and one of the defendants convicted in the murder of Jacksonville rapper Charles Jones, better known as Julio Foolio. Isaiah Chance would eventually get sentenced to life in prison, but of course, Isaiah didn't act alone. He acted alongside the group that eventually killed Foolio, and a part of that group was Alicia Andrews. At the time of the murder, Alicia Andrews was 21 years old, and she was actually the girlfriend of Isaiah Chance.
Yeah.
She was there the night Julio Foolio was killed in Tampa, alongside the other defendants involved in the case. So Alicia wasn't just some random bystander who happened to be around the situation.
She was more than likely had a hand in the pot.
She was actually involved in this entire thing.
Yeah.
Investigators would later uncover messages, allegedly showing that Alicia was helping put pieces of the entire trip together behind the scenes. Just 2 days before Julio Foolio was murdered, Alicia was allegedly trying to arrange an Airbnb in Tampa for the group. According to court documents, a search warrant executed on Alicia Andrews' Instagram account, Oh That's Red, uncovered messages sent on June 21st, 2024.
She looked scared as shit, too. That's crazy.
Where Alicia was asking somebody to book an Airbnb for her in Tampa, Florida for June 22nd, 2024, which would end up being the exact same weekend Julio Foolio was killed. She was involved in almost every
Did they actually get that B&B?
crucial step leading up to this hit, and despite all that, she later sat inside the courtroom and claimed she knew nothing. Alicia
I can't stand motherfuckers that. Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna murder somebody, you need to just own up to it.
Andrews was born in
I understand this is some gang shit. It's out of my repertoire. You know, I'm not no street nigga. I'm a nerd.
raised in Jacksonville, Florida. She attended Raines High School before transferring to Andrew Jackson High School. Graduating in May of 2021, she worked regular jobs, Amazon, Victoria's Secret. She even worked as a substitute
She graduated high school in 2021. Jesus.
teacher, and she lived at home with her parents.
Well, yes. Okay. Yeah. Because did Julio get killed in 2025?
By all accounts, she was just a normal 21-year-old. That same summer after graduating, she began dating Isaiah Chance. That connection was simple. He had a sister she knew from Raines High School. That was the connection. Isaiah Chance was a documented member of ATK, one of Jacksonville's most notorious street gangs.
Yeah.
He was known to investigators who monitored the gang and its activities. He was connected to some of the most violent figures in Jacksonville's ongoing gang war. But when Alicia
So I guess she started dating him, and then she suddenly thought she was in the game.
Andrew started dating him that summer, he was just a guy she knew through his sister. And in the beginning, she described him as a good guy.
When you started to date Isaiah Chance, how was your relationship with him?
In the beginning, it was good, I would say. And then he changed over time. I mean, once we got comfortable with each other.
Don't tell me she's trying to throw them under the bus. Don't tell me that.
Then things slowly started changing. According to testimony, Isaiah became controlling. He allegedly monitored her Instagram, told her what to post, what to delete, and even what to wear. Alicia testified that when she pushed back, the relationship would turn violent.
He drove me to like
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Park.
I mean, I guess he's already convicted, but like, if you were to actually pull this off and you got found innocent, you would have to flee Florida. There's no way you would be able to stay.
And he stopped and he was like, "Let me see your phone." And I said no. But he ended up grabbing it. He was telling me to unlock it, and I wouldn't unlock it. And that's when he repeatedly hit me to unlock the phone.
The first time Isaiah allegedly became violent was in 2021. And then, according to testimony, it allegedly happened again in 2022.
I can believe it.
And again in 2024. Alicia testified that Isaiah broke her phone multiple times, blocked her when he got angry, then came back like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it sounds like unfortunately, a typical abusive, toxic relationship. I can believe it.
But despite all that, Alicia never fully left. She never reported him. And over the course of those years, through the manipulation, the control, the violence, and the constant on and off relationship, Alicia Andrews slowly became embedded in Isaiah Chance's world. And honestly, one of the biggest questions surrounding this entire case when it comes to Alicia is what exactly motivated Alicia Andrews to allegedly involve herself in all this very dark stuff, like all this gang stuff. It's not really normal.
She started taking on the personality of her boyfriend. That's what it was.
For a woman to be wrapped up in all this, right? According to prosecutors, they say that Alicia wasn't just some random outsider who crossed paths with these people. Over time, she had allegedly become deeply attached to Isaiah Chance's world, a world prosecutors described as being surrounded by gang politics, retaliation, violence, and loyalty. And somewhere along the way, investigators believe Alicia stopped acting like somebody simply watching from the sidelines and allegedly became part of the operation itself.
Yeah.
Now, the story, of course, starts in Jackson.
I can believe that because if he's like an actual active member of a large street gang, there's no way his girl ain't involved with it. I'm sorry,
Florida.
bro.
On June 22nd, 2024.
Call me a snitch. I don't give a damn. There's no way. If you dating a gang member, there's no way you're not at least a little bit involved. I'm sorry.
When the group allegedly decided to make the drive down to Tampa. Out of everybody involved in this case, Alicia Andrews and Sean Gathright were reportedly the only two who were not argued by prosecutors to be documented gang members. However, that doesn't mean Alicia Andrews played a small role in what happened. What happened that night initially looked like a normal night. A silver Chevy Cruze runs a red light on North McKinley Drive before pulling into the parking lot of a Home 2 Suites hotel at high speed. And inside that vehicle was a 21-year-old woman from Jacksonville. Her name was Alicia Andrews, and she was with her boyfriend, Isaiah. She had been in that car for hours, and prosecutors argue that the car she was in was confirming exactly where Foolio and his entourage were parked. The car passed the target's vehicle once, then turned around, then passed him again, then left. Moments later, 3 masked gunmen stepped out of a black Chevy Impala, 2 AR-style rifles with brass catchers, a fully automatic Glock, killing 26-year-old rapper Charles Jones, known to the world as Julio Foolio.
That's fucking crazy.
And wounding 3 others. Alicia Andrews at this point was already gone. To understand what happened in that parking lot, you have to go back 2 days earlier.
So I see what he said, because he said that they were the lookouts. She was with the boyfriend. So the boyfriend took her, and him and her confirmed the location. And then the boyfriend hopped out with 2 other goons and
June
ran
21st, 2024. Alicia Andrews is in Jacksonville. The murder hasn't happened yet, but the plan is already in motion. Investigators would later obtain a search warrant for Alicia Andrews' Instagram account. What they found was very significant.
Oh my God, don't tell me this dumbass was plotting murder on fucking Instagram. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me she was plotting a murder on fucking Instagram.
On June 21st, 2 full days,
not even Telegram, Instagram,
before the murder, Alicia Andrews sent messages asking someone to book an Airbnb for her in Tampa for the following night. She specifically requested something with 2 bedrooms, and she did not want it booked under her name. The Airbnb was ultimately booked under Rashad Murphy's name, one of the defendants in the case, and it was located approximately 1.3 miles where Julio Foolio would be killed.
That's fucking crazy.
It was booked from June 22nd to June 24th, 2024. But here's where it gets interesting. A Cash App subpoena of Isaiah Chance's, Alicia's boyfriend, verified Cash App account with the name Mr. Rich Off War. Really, nigga?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Revealed
some of these niggas don't be trying to hide it.
Charge of $361 paid
For
to
the
Airbnb
B&B.
around the same time. The booking confirmation appeared on Rashad Murphy's phone, one of the cousins involved. So the Airbnb was booked under Rashad Murphy's name, but it was paid for by Isaiah Chance, Alicia's boyfriend. And prosecutors argue Alicia Andrews helped put the Tampa trip together from the very beginning. Her name was nowhere to be found on the paperwork itself.
She didn't want to have no type of paper trail.
But she would still be connected to all of it. Eventually, she was caught on ring camera footage going in and out of the Airbnb.
Look at her, bro. Look
all
at
of
her.
It. Eventually, she was caught on
her ass.
Ring camera footage.
She walking like a pretty princess. Her ass don't need to be up in here doing all this, bro.
Going in and out of the Airbnb. And before any of
sit her ass down somewhere.
That happened, before they ever got into those cars, the operation was already being assembled.
Yeah.
Surveillance cameras at Sean Gathwright's own house captured Isaiah Chance and Gathwright loading bags into the black Chevy Impala that afternoon. Bags big enough to carry rifles. They weren't packing for a party or nothing like that. They were packing for murder. On the afternoon of June 22nd, 2024, the group left Jacksonville, traveling south toward Tampa in two separate vehicles. Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews were in a silver 2018 Chevy Cruze. In a separate vehicle, a black 2008 Chevy Impala, were Sean Gathwright, Rashad Murphy, and Davion Murphy. License plate readers tracked both vehicles, making the same stops at the same times.
Imagine, bro, I just can't imagine throwing away your freedom like this, bro.
On 4 separate occasions, both cars were captured by the same readers within seconds of each other. They were not traveling separately. They were moving together as one coordinated unit.
Yeah.
At approximately 7:55 p.m., Alicia Andrews arrived at the Airbnb. She was the first one captured on a ring camera at the front door, walking in with a phone already in her hand. The Airbnb had a ring camera at the front door, but the owner confirmed there was a back door with no camera. Now, Foolio had spent the last few days leading up to this birthday celebration broadcasting his location on Instagram, no bueno, telling his
I was about to say
followers exactly where he would be. And
I hate that. No way why he put his exact address, bro. Jesus. DM me for address and then you post the address.
When he was scheduled to make appearances at 2 Tampa clubs that night, Teaser's Gentleman's Club and Truth 18 nightclub. Both have been publicly advertised on his Instagram account.
Yeah.
And the defendants were watching every post.
I guess he's just trying to chase it back, but I don't know, bro. The way niggas be moving, I would not announce my location.
In the early hours of June 23rd, the operation began. The Silver Cruze moved first, carrying Isaiah Chance and Alicia Andrews. They arrived at Teaser's and got out of the vehicle. But Isaiah Chance was not using his phone. He was actually using Alicia's phone.
The fact that she's doing this in some fucking flip-flops is crazy.
Investigators identified the phone Isaiah Chance was seen using on surveillance cameras outside the vehicle as belonging to Alicia Andrews. Call detail records then showed that while they were at Teaser's, that phone, Alicia's phone, was actively communicating with Sean Gathwright's phone. And Gathwright was, of course, in the black Chevy Impala. Her phone became a key communication point between the two vehicles that night.
And y'all could have just been out at a different club having fun. Instead, you were hunting a nigga down. That's just, I can't do it.
After the Cruze confirmed Foolio's location at Teaser's, the black Impala arrived at the location. Both vehicles then followed Foolio's entourage to Truth 18. The same operation played out again. The Cruze locates, the Impala follows. And on 3 separate occasions throughout that night, Alicia Andrews' phone shared its live location directly with Sean.
So she was tailing them and she was the fucking canary. That's what it was.
Gathwright's phone. But Gathwright wasn't only relying on Alicia's phone for information, because between 1:32 a.m. and 2:25 a.m., Sean was messaging a woman on his phone, asking her to contact someone who was actually inside Foolio's entourage to get real-time location updates from the inside. He stopped messaging her the moment the Cruze had eyes on Foolio outside Teaser's. This operation.
Don't act all nervous now, nigga. Like, what we doing, bro? Look, man, look at this. Nigga, you can't be acting all nervous now like you didn't know you hunted a nigga. You hunted him down. You traveled hours and hunted him down, and now you acting all, oh my God, bro, acting all like this, and while you locked up, like you didn't know this was an impossibility, bro. Niggas be doing stupid shit.
Teasers. This operation obviously had layers, a bunch of layers, like some onions. So Alicia wasn't just a passenger. She was
I hate that picture.
Active part of this operation, which was a murder, right? And she wasn't even the only one feeding information that night. After Truth 18, Julio Foolio and his entourage headed...
See, I don't know nothing about like the beef and stuff. This is all gang stuff. I don't know what Julio did to like get a mark on his head, bro.
To the Home 2 Suites hotel on
That nigga Julio could have been moving like a demon, and I'm just not even sure about it. This is all just seems so fucked up to me.
Drive. At 4:37 a.m., the Silver Cruise ran a red light and pulled into that parking lot at a high speed. It drove straight along the south side of the building, passing directly by Fulio's parked vehicles. Then it made a U-turn. Then it passed them again. Then it left. The cruise was confirming the target's exact position one final time before the shooters moved in. 1 minute later, at 4:38 a.m., 3 shooters exited the Black Impala and began moving toward the victims on foot. A Tesla camera captured all 3 of them walking past it to reach the victims. They were masked. They were armed. Shooter 1 carried a Glock pistol with an extended magazine and fired at a fully automatic rate with his left hand. Investigators would later identify Shooter 1 as Rashad Murphy. The night before...
Fucking 32 years old. 32 years old, bro. Set your ass. Go start a family.
The murder. Surveillance footage from a Jacksonville Walmart captured Rashad Murphy wearing the exact same clothing. The dark hoodie, the black jeans with a rip in the left.
Oh my God, nigga. You didn't change your clothes. You knew you how you run a drill in a clothes that you walked around in a Walmart in, like you wasn't finna be all on the camera, bro. It's not like your body shape was gonna change within a couple of hours.
The military style boots. Rashad Murphy.
Yo, these niggas might actually be stupid, bro. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I'm not even trying to, like, I'm like what could I say? I ain't trying to tell you how to get away with murder and shit. But like, come on, bro. You knew you was gonna run a drill in those exact clothes. Why would you walk around in public with those clothes on? Why would you not? That's crazy, bro.
Kind of rare for a shooter, right?
That's
Shooters
crazy.
2 and 3 carried AR style
That nigga got a fucking Call of Duty gun.
rifles, each equipped with brass catchers. And one of those shooters was, of course, Sean Gathright. Eventually, they opened fire. 31 9mm shell casings hit the ground, the only evidence left behind because the rifles had collected their own casings. Julio Foolio was shot and killed inside his Dodge Charger. 3 others were wounded. By the time the first shot was fired, Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance were already driving away. In the hours after the murder, the defendants returned to the Airbnb at approximately 2:09 p.m., roughly 10 hours after the shooting. Isaiah Chance stepped out at the front door of the Airbnb briefly. He was holding a champagne flute in his left hand. Messages sent from Sean Gathright's phone that afternoon read, "I'm coming home. My thirst is quenched. Pop a bottle of Don Julio today."
My thirst is quenched? What is this lame ass? What? My thirst is quenched? This nigga thought he was the Punisher, bro. I can't believe it. No. And then you did all that crazy talk just to look like a bitch when you locked up, bro.
That afternoon read, "I'm coming home. My thirst is quenched.
Crazy.
Pop a bottle of Don Julio today." And investigators noted that sipping on Don Julio is a known phrase of disrespect specifically directed at Foolio within the Jacksonville gang world. This was
Don Julio, Foolio.
wasn't a coincidence, it was a message. Alicia Andrews was seen leaving the Airbnb that afternoon, wearing the same clothes she had on during the surveillance the night before.
Damn, stinky ass hoe, you didn't wash it. Yeah, the same clothes you had on the night before, you didn't change the clothes or nothing? Y'all were really not trying to cover your tracks, bro. We live in the big 2020s, bro. There is not a single corner in the neighborhood that's not probably covered by at least 3 Ring cameras. Come on now.
Isaiah Chance
and I know y'all didn't take no showers, bro. I know y'all stink.
Rashad Murphy took an Uber back to Jacksonville, straight to Sean Gathright's house, where his own surveillance cameras captured all 3 of them stepping out the car. Meanwhile, the cleanup was already underway. Sean Gathright drove the Black Impala to a family member's house in Polk County. Surveillance cameras there.
And he took some fucking flimsy ass rag and thought that was gonna wipe off the evidence.
Captured him wiping down the vehicle's door handles with a rag. He transferred multiple bags into a separate vehicle.
Oh my God, yo, these niggas.
Toyota 4Runner and drove back to Jacksonville.
I can't believe
Those
this.
bags were later found to contain rifle ammunition, spent rifle casings, and Glock parts. Davion Murphy drove the cruise back to Jacksonville. Rashad Murphy, who had deliberately left his own phone in Jacksonville and traveled to Tampa with no phone of his own, was caught 3 days later in Georgia behind the
Imagine doing all this and then getting caught 3 days later, bro. Oh my God, that's insane, brother. That's insane. Yeah, I ought to be happy that these niggas are so slow, because they wouldn't have gotten caught if they were actually smart.
wheel of the cruise. The police attempted to stop him. He jumped out of the car and did the dash. The operation had been meticulous, coordinated, planned to the smallest detail.
No, it wasn't, because they messed up everything. They walked around in Walmart with the clothes they ran a drill in. They didn't plan for everything. It wasn't meticulously planned.
And Alicia Andrews, the female demon, had been part of it from the very beginning. On June 27, 2024, investigators executed a search warrant at Isaiah Chance's house. Alicia Andrews was actually there. She agreed to speak to them after being read her Miranda rights, and she lied to investigators. She told
And that's the dumbest thing you can do.
them that she and Isaiah had gone to Tampa just to party. She said that they went to the front doors of both clubs to ask how much it would cost to get in. Surveillance cameras at the front doors of both clubs proved that was a lie.
Why would you say a provable lie like that? Yo, what?
Admitted to being in the cruise at the Home 2 Suites parking lot, but just claimed they were just lost and turning around, and she denied knowing Julio Foolio and his entourage were there. She admitted to letting Isaiah use her phone, but denied knowing what he was communicating about. But perhaps the most telling detail was this. She identified Isaiah Chance as the one driving the cruise while it was tracking Julio Foolio's movements. She put him behind the wheel. She confirmed the phone he was using was hers. And then she said that she had no idea what any of it meant. A 21-year-old woman in a car in Tampa at 4 a.m. following a
driving around with niggas in all black, following cars to different clubs and stuff. I didn't know what it meant.
rapper. Her phone had been tracking all night, and she had no idea. She was
You got too much forehead to not know that much.
caught lying multiple times during that interview. Over a month after the murder, Alicia Andrews was arrested alongside Isaiah Chance at a residence in Jacksonville.
Stupid ass.
Keep walking. Now turn around.
Stupid
Put your hands on your back.
She was
Barefoot,
charged
everything.
with first
You still look like you stink.
degree premeditated murder and conspiracy to commit first degree murder. She pleaded not guilty, but the evidence told a completely different story. Her phone departed Jacksonville at approximately 4:30 p.m. on June 22nd and arrived at the Airbnb in Tampa at approximately 7:50 p.m., placing her at every location she was later seen on camera. Her phone tracked to McDonald's before they went to Teasers, where surveillance cameras showed.
Y'all really stopped by a fucking McDonald's too? Y'all really were not trying to be like efficient about this at all, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that I know the perfect way to kill somebody, because I don't need to know that information. But I'm for sure not stopping by a McDonald's. Are we crazy? I'm not stopping by a McDonald's. I'm not walking in a Walmart and not changing my clothes. Yo, these niggas, bro.
Her in the front passenger seat of the cruise with Davion Murphy driving. Her phone tracked to Teasers, to Truth 18, to the homicide scene, back to the Airbnb, and finally...
That's fucked up that y'all let... I mean, you know what? I don't even feel bad for him. I was about to say, that's fucked up. Y'all let him get soaked down to the bone in all this rain, but never mind. This nigga killed somebody. He can... I don't give a fuck. He can freeze.
To Sean Gathwright's house in Jacksonville. Every single location, every single time, her phone was there. And on 3 separate occasions that night, confirmed through an Apple iCloud warrant, her phone shared its live location with Sean Gathwright's phone while they were following Julio Foolio's entourage. She had also been the one to initiate the Airbnb booking. She had someone else book it under a different name. When it ended up under Rashad Murphy's name, paid for by Isaiah Chance, her
telling you, she was the canary.
boyfriend, it created a paper trail that pointed away from her. And that was, of course, not an accident. Alicia Andrews went to trial in October 2025. She took the stand in her own defense and told the jury she had no knowledge of any murder plot, that she was just a girlfriend on a trip, that she was a victim of domestic violence,
You were just,
who was too afraid of Isaiah Chance to say no to anything.
Okay.
You were afraid
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So she was trying to throw that nigga under the bus.
of him or not? Are you afraid of him? Does he?
Even if that was true, you still should get locked up, because you like... Come on now. You let that nigga use you to murder somebody? And you want me to feel bad for you? That's crazy.
Beat you, and are you afraid to stand up to him?
Your ass turned into a handy-mandy tool. That's what it was.
Yes, at times.
I think you said in your direct examination that people can't really understand because they don't know when you cannot leave.
I said people wouldn't understand a domestic violence relationship.
Man, shut up. Just shut up. Shut up. Do you understand how many domestic violence cases people see on a day-to-day basis when they like in the court system and in the police system come on now. We can tell the difference between somebody who was used and abused and forced to do something, or somebody who wanted to adopt the personality of their boyfriend and started running with them doing
You'll
shit.
think, why don't you leave? Why don't you walk away? It's not that easy unless you're in it.
Yeah, okay.
The prosecution believed that she was not a gang member, but they argue that was beside the point, and they ran down the list of the things she did. Everything from the Airbnb booking, from her handing Isaiah her phone,
come on,
to coordinate with the shooters, to her being in the car that circled Julio's vehicles in that parking lot moments before he was killed. Her phone had been the communication bridge between the surveillance car and the kill car all night long.
And even if you were being used, tough titties. Like, that's literally how it is, bro. Even if you were being used and stuff, tough titties. Like, you let that nigga turn you into a tool for murder. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro.
And that was very, very hard to deny. And after all of it, while sitting in jail awaiting trial, she was still calling Isaiah Chance 5 to 10 times a day through illegal three-way calls, still messaging him through the jail kiosk.
And you want us to feel bad for you.
Still discussing her case with him, still protecting him. When her own attorneys told her to stop, she told Isaiah's mother she didn't care what her lawyer said. She was going to keep calling.
And you are still protecting him, right? To this day, you're protecting him.
I'm not protecting him.
You are still calling him and communicating with him, aren't you?
Yes, that's not protecting him, though.
All that forehead and no brain power.
So much so
for these weak ass niggas, bro.
That you call his mother, right?
I do.
And you have been advised, and you report to his mother that you don't care that your attorneys tell you not to talk to him. You're going to do it anyway, right?
Yes, because I feel like that's the best way to do it.
And on June 27, 2020,
the best way to do what?
While her trial was still ongoing, she sent him a message that read, "Half the witnesses are dead. You're listening to Jacksonville, and they won't solve anything. I'm just lost because this is all pointless." Obviously, this is not the message of a woman who was forced into something against her will. That's the message of someone who knew exactly what they were doing. On October 31st,
lock her up. We are done with her. We've seen it. Come on, we know how this ends.
2025, after nearly 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned their verdict. Alicia Andrews was found guilty of manslaughter, not of first-degree murder, not of conspiracy.
I was about to say, I'm surprised she didn't get the conspiracy, but I guess it wasn't enough evidence, but it was enough to show that she's not a good person.
The jury acquitted her of that charge entirely.
We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense.
The 4 men, Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, Rashard Murphy, and Davion Murphy, were tried separately. And on May 15th, 2026, all 4 men were found guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. As for Alicia Andrews, she still hasn't been sentenced. Her attorneys got the original trial judge removed from the case, arguing judicial misconduct. They have since petitioned
what did the judge do?
Petitioned the court to overturn her conviction entirely or grant her a new trial. The sentencing has been delayed with no confirmed date set. The legal battle is ongoing.
Oh, brother, she's finna drag this. She's finna drag it until people forget all the details.
However, in the middle of all this was a victim. Julio Foolio was 26 years old. He was in Tampa celebrating his birthday. Alicia Andrews, 21 years old, was supposed to just be the girlfriend along for the ride. But she had sent the messages to book the Airbnb. She had handed over her phone so the shooters could all coordinate. Now, she was not the shooter. She was not a gang member, not the one who pulled a trigger. However, according to prosecutors, Alicia Andrews became a critical part of the operation. She was the setup queen, and the jury agreed she was more than just a passenger. If you made it this far, drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new.
Yep, shout out to BlackySpeakz, man. I'm telling you, bro, it's crazy. Like I said, man, I can't show you sympathy if you allow yourself to become a tool for murder. That's crazy. I understand domestic violence and stuff like that, but there's a line where it's once you cross that line, it don't even matter if you were used. This damn near unforgivable. it's unexplainable. And then on top of the fact that you still trying to talk to the nigga, you said he was abusive and all types of shit, and he's getting you lined up to get put in jail, and you still talking to him. Like, what we talking about, bro? I don't know, man. All right, y'all be safe for real.